What's the best knife defense? I get this question all the time. What I'd like to do is break down a formula for you to help you understand and help you aid you in your training. Okay, so number one option is when you're faced with a knife, run. Run Fu comes in and they'll save your life, but you can't always run. Then you have to look for an equalizer. You need to be able to pick up something that can even the odds for you against the opponent. And many times there's multiple opponents, so you got to be able to get something that gives you an edge and an advantage. A blunt weapon, an edge weapon, anything you can pick up that you can use. Next, when we take a look at these options, we don't have the option to run, we don't have an equalizer. What we have to take a look at here is our ability to evade, our ability to grapple, and our ability to strike. Now, if you're really good at it, the best knife defense at the end of the day is the one that you can pull off. That's what it comes down to. So if you're a boxer, you're going to lean towards striking. If you are a grappler, you're going to lean towards grappling. If you are a Kali practitioner, a Filipino martial arts practitioner, you're going to look at evading and striking and getting off the line. Which one's better? That's not the point. The point is we have to have an ability to adapt. That's the key thing. If I have one thing that I'm fixed with, I'm no longer flexible and I don't have the ability to be fluid and adapt. In a knife fight, there's so many things that can go wrong. Having one fixed method could limit you. So consider this. What is your ability to evade and how much training have you put in there? What is your ability to grapple or control the knife hand or control the opponent? Then from there, what's your ability to strike? And by strike, I mean, can you put them down? Can you put them out? Or do you have the speed and the ability to stun them enough in one of the vitals to create space and possibly escape? Next, when we take a look at training, that's the next thing we have to look at. And the big thing that's going to help you in training is your attribute development. How much time are you spending developing your attributes? Because your attributes are the things that are going to power your tactics and your strategies, whether they're evading, grappling, or striking. So attributes are things like speed, or suddenness, your ability to explode, your ability to pick up things that are coming, your perception speed, your actual reaction speed, the speed of your hands, the speed of your movements, the speed of your thoughts, the speed of your ability to realize what's happening and adapt and change. Next, sensitivity. Sensitivity is our ability to feel what's happening and adjust without relying necessarily on our eyes. So things like tactical sensitivity, tactical awareness, the ability to touch and feel pressure that's coming and adapt with that pressure. Next, strength. How strong are you? Strength is a big skill. Strength will give you a great advantage here. You need strength because when you're going against strong people, you have to be able to endure them. And if you're strong, you can weaponize your strength. Power, line familiarization, your familiarity with the attacks of the lines. Are we training that? Next, spatial relationship. That's a changing relationship between you and your opponent. Are you training that? Next, your timing. This is huge. Your ability to time your opponent so you can intercept them before, so you can counter them during, or you can evade and hit them afterwards. And then finally, stamina and endurance. When we are in a situation, a dangerous situation, there's an adrenaline dump. We get instantly tired, so you can't lose track of your breathing. You have to be able to be here right now so you can adapt and change. So if we take a look at it, tactics can involve evading, they can involve grappling, they can involve striking. But what comes down to it is your ability to develop your attributes. So as you look at this chart I've drawn for you, your attribute development gives you your adaptability. Your adaptability is what you need in your tactics. Now, if we come over here, the other attributes that I haven't mentioned yet, the softer attributes, are your ability to relax under pressure, your ability to expand your awareness, and how you do this is by monitoring your breath and being right here in the present moment. These are all considerations that you need to take into your training. Next, when we take a look at adaptability, how do we adaptability? We have to take a look at what is our training method. Our training method, as I mentioned before, has to develop our attributes, and it also has to develop our functionality. In attributes, we talk about self-perfection. That's the things I mentioned earlier: speed, sensitivity, timing, line familiarization, spatial relationship, the ability to relax, the ability to be aware, the ability to time your opponent. Next, functionality. These are the self-preservation things. These are your scenario-based training and your scenario-based sparring methods, your tactics and your strategies that you practice through scenario sparring. We practice self-perfection through feeding and countering. What that develops is a flow, and scenario-based sparring, when you're practicing your tactics and strategies by setting up scenarios and playing roles, that's very important. This is not for competition. You're not sparring for competition. You're sparring, playing a role so that you can mimic what can happen in reality, the real pressure by what an attacker would attack you like, so that you can realistically create these conditions. That's going to develop your ability to fight. The feeding and countering is going to develop your ability to flow. So together we have to have the concept of fight and flow. That allows you to enter the method. Back to what is your training? This is our obsession is about the method of training that takes you a path from knowledge to wisdom to understanding. That's the only thing. In a life situation, it's a very dangerous situation. There's no one size fits all. You can't stick to just one thing. You need to be trapped. You need to train different elements. You need to become confident at the different elements. But most importantly, you have to have the ability to have a plan, abandon the plan, and adapt to the situation at hand.